The plot of the novel, The Importance of Being Earnest, is quite complex. If you have not understood the complicated connections of the characters, then you are watching the right video, because I'm about to explain the relations of all the people involved in the play. So in the beginning of the play, Jack and Algernon meet, and Algernon finds out that Jack's name is not Ernest like he had thought, but it is actually Jack. While in the country everyone knows Jack by his real name, he had introduced himself as Ernest to every person he met in town. For the people in the country, he has invented a younger brother called Ernest that he has to visit every now and then, so he has a reason to head to town to amuse himself. Algernon, living in the town, has invented an invalid friend in the country called Bunbury that he has to care for, so he can avoid unpleasant social engagements by saying he has to visit Bunbury. Jack explains to Algernon that he's in love with Gwendolen, the cousin of Algernon, and he wants to propose to her. They arrange a situation in which Jack could propose to Gwendolen, and so he does. However, as Lady Bracknell, Gwendolen's mother, finds out, she won't give her consent. Jack has to introduce himself to Lady Bracknell later, and as he has to tell about his family, he can't, because all he knows is that someone left him in a handbag in Victoria Station as a baby. In the meantime, Algernon visits Jack's house and pretends to be Jack's younger brother Ernest. Cecily, Jack's ward, who has heard some exciting stories about Jack's brother Ernest, falls in love to him, which was just what Algernon aimed for. Algernon quickly proposes to her. When Jack comes back home, he tells everyone that his brother Ernest died of a flu in Paris, and he holds the urn supposedly containing his brother's ash. However, Cecily tells him that his brother would be sitting in the backyard drinking tea. As he sees it is Algernon, he gets pretty mad at first. Algernon quickly explains that he thought it would be a funny joke with his death, and Jack has to act as he would be happy that his brother Ernest still lives. When the two girls, Cecily and Gwendolen, meet, at one point they start talking about their love to Ernest. The misconception that they would both be loving the same person forms. They have a discussion about which of them has the prior claim to Ernest, and they pull out their diaries to prove the date of proposal. When Algernon and Jack walk up, the confusion gets lifted by the girls telling each other the real name of their lover. Algernon and Jack both admit that Ernest is not their real name. The girls are quite sulky, and the two men do everything to try and get their hearts back. They even offer to get christened Ernest. Just when the girls decide to forgive their lover, the mystery about Jack's origin gets lifted. Apparently it was Miss Prism, Cecily's governess, who had accidentally left him in the bag in Victoria Station way back when she was working for Lady Bracknell's sister. This concludes that Jack and Algernon are actually siblings. Everyone is happy, even the two characters of the side story, Miss Prism and Reverend Canon Chasuble, which become engaged after they find out that they have been loving each other for years, they have just not told each other. Hopefully you have now understood the story and the plot, and as can be seen in this wonderful example, communication is key.